Hi, my name is Rhonda Woodkey. I'm an internationally board certified lactation consultant at UnityPoint Health Methodist in Peoria, Illinois. I've been an OB for 22 years and I have been a lactation consultant the last 16 of those. Today we're going to talk about how to tell your baby is getting enough milk at the breast. This is a very common concern that many parents have, and we want to help you feel more confident and comfortable with knowing that your baby's doing well with breastfeeding. The first thing we want to talk about is how many feeds is your baby having in 24 hours. Your baby should be having 8 or more feedings in 24 hours. Your baby should be waking themselves up and asking to feed. Some of these feedings are going to be shorter, some will be longer, some will be close together, and some will be further apart. As long as you're feeding your baby on cue, that's what we're going for. We want your baby to be on track to get 8 or more in 24. Feeding cues are when baby puts their hands to their face, they start opening their mouths, they're turning their heads to the side, opening them. Those are all signs that your baby's asking to eat or saying, "Hey mom, I'm ready to feed." We want to make sure that we are responding to our baby's feeding cues and we're feeding them as often as they are asking. Position and latch. Position and latch is also important for making sure that your baby's going to be able to get the most milk from the breast and that feedings are going to be most comfortable for you. Why we're focusing on it in this video is that if your baby is not latched on deeply and has a shallow latch just on the tip of your nipple, they're not going to be able to get as much milk, and that's going to be more uncomfortable for you. If the baby is not removing milk, your body doesn't know to continue to make milk. The next thing we want to talk about is signs of active feeding. Signs of active feeding let us know that your baby is drinking at the breast and not just hanging out. Eyes open for part of the feeding, sucking bursts of at least 10, pausing and breathing and going back to sucking, and hearing and seeing swallows. Swallows sound like a k or a puff of air sound. You will be noticing more and more swallows as your baby starts to get more and more milk from the breast and your breasts start to feel full, usually around day 2 to 4. It's very important that you learn how to hear or see swallows before you're discharged from the hospital. So ask your lactation consultant or the nursing staff to help you learn how to identify these things before discharge. We also want to make sure that your baby is having appropriate output for their age. Babies should be having 1 wet and 1 stool for each day they are old up until day 4 of life. After day 4, babies should be having 4 or more yellow, seedy, poopy diapers and 4 or more wet diapers. If your baby is not having these numbers, or if your baby is still having black or green stool after day 5, please call your local lactation consultant and your pediatrician to have your baby evaluated. We're also going to be watching your baby's weight. It's very normal for babies to lose weight for about the first 5 days, up to 7 to 10% of their birth weight. After day 5, we want to see babies start to gain that back and be back to birth weight by the time they're 10 to 14 days. How does your breast feel when your baby comes off the breast? Get in the habit of feeling, what did it feel like before? How heavy was it? Where were the hard areas? And does it feel better after your baby comes off? What is your baby acting like? Does your baby come off of the breast and seem calm and relaxed and happy and sleepy? Or does your baby come off the breast searching for your breast all over again and crying and seeming unsatisfied? If any of these things are happening and you're not sure how well baby's doing, please reach out to your local WIC department or your local lactation consultant so that we can help you get back on that breastfeeding journey. Keep up the good work, mamas.